Good evening everyone. Today's topic of this video is antiviral agents. Before moving to antiviral agents, one has to know what is virus. Virus is one category of microorganism which is acellular and it requires a host cell for replication. Without a host cell, viruses are a non-living thing in the environment. Coming to the structure of virus, basically every virus is made of two components. One is the protein coat and the other is the nuclear material. Protein coat in virus is generally called as capsid, while coming to the nuclear material, we see presence of either RNA or the DNA. One can't expect presence of both DNA and RNA in the virus. Combining these two structures, we call totally it as nucleocapsid, also called as virion. Virions are the infectious material which are responsible for causing disease. Along with this nucleocapsid, some viruses have additional coat which is made of lipid, and that lipid coat around the nucleocapsid is called as the envelope. The structure basically looks like this. This is the capsid which encloses nuclear material, and this is the most common structure of all the virus. Along with this, you see presence of an envelope around this nucleocapsid, and you see this envelope only in some viruses. For example, we all know a retrovirus called HIV. This have such envelope, and now the current burning issue in the world called corona also have this envelope, and these two have additionally proteins embedded in this envelope, and those were called as spike proteins. You see presence of structures like this in the envelope, and those structures were called as spike proteins. And in addition to this structure, some viruses also have enzymes in them, and those enzymes include reverse transcriptase. The function of this reverse transcriptase, neuraminidase, and DNA polymerases I'll discuss in the later section called replication. And some enzymes also embed these enzymes within them. And coming to the classification of virus, as you all aware of that, in the microbiology, we can categorize viruses based on the host in which they survive into human virus, animal virus, and plant virus, while based on the nuclear material present in them, we can categorize viruses into DNA virus and RNA virus. Further, classification can be done based on their structure into icosahedral, helical, and complex virus. Icosahedral virus have hexagonal shape which is made of 20 capsomeres, while the helical virus protein structures will be present along the nuclear material, and they gave the virus this shape. And complex viruses have different shapes. One example under this complex virus, the structure you are well versed with is the bacteriophage, which have icosahedral head and a helical tail, tail plate, and tail fibers. So coming to the other one called replication, the most important part in the antiviral agents chapter is the replication. For a virus to replicate, it requires a host cell, and the host cell can be categorized into two. Moving on to replication in virus, replication occur in two types. Replication occur in two ways. One is the lytic phase and the other is lysogenic phase. Lytic phase is a cycle where virus hijacks the host and releases new virions into the body of the host. While coming to lysogenic phase, virus exists as provirus. Provirus is a recombinant nuclear material wherein the viral nucleic acid will be in conjugation with the host nuclear material, and the cell which gives new virions after replication is called as permissive cell, while the cell or the host cell which contain provirus is called as non-permissive cell. And moving on to phases of replication. Replication occur in different phases. The first and foremost phase of replication is attachment. For a virus to attach onto the host cell, it requires a specific receptor on the host, and that should combine with a specific protein of the virus. When this occurs, the attachment will be successful. And coming to the second phase called penetration. In this phase, when the virus attaches to the host cell, after the proper attachment, the virus releases either its nuclear material or the total nucleocapsid. Will move into the host cell, and that step is called, or that phase is called as penetration. And coming to the third phase called uncoating. If the virus penetrates as nucleocapsid into the host cell, then the hydrolases act and they cleave the protein coat called capsid and releases the nuclear material. This removal of capsid from the nucleocapsid to release nuclear material is called as uncoating. Coming to the fourth step, the nuclear material which have been released, it hijacks the host nuclear material and all its mechanisms. Then the nuclear material which is released into the cytoplasm, if it is a DNA, then it moves to nucleus and it replicates there. If it is a RNA, if the RNA is a sense strand RNA, this itself acts as mRNA and is capable of producing the proteins. Coming to the fourth step called replication. Replication occurs in two sites. One is the cytoplasm and the other is the nucleus. If it is the RNA virus, the RNA virus, the RNA exists in two different ways. Positive single stranded RNA and negative single-stranded RNA. If it is positive stranded RNA, then the replication occur in the cytoplasm. If it is negatively stranded RNA, then the replication occur in the nucleus. While if it is a DNA, then the DNA totally moves to the nucleus and replicates there. After this replication have been completed, the fifth step is the assembly. So one thing in replication, there are two phases of replication. One is the early phase, the other is the late phase. Replication occurs in two phases. In early phase, the nuclear material replicates, and this nuclear material is nothing but the viral nuclear material. First, viral nuclear material replicates, and all the proteins required for this viral nuclear material replication will be synthesized in the early phase. While coming to the late phase, the structural proteins, what I have told you in the structure, capsid material, nothing but the structural protein, will be synthesized in the later phase or the late phase. So replication occurs in two phases. One is the early phase and the late phase. Late phase is a phase where all the enzymes and all the proteins required for formation of the envelope and the capsid will be synthesized in the late phase, while the nuclear material will be replicated in the early phase. What I have told you, this replication of DNA, single-stranded RNA which is positive and negative, all occur in the early phase. And coming to the next phase called assembly. So assembly is nothing but combination of capsomeres. These capsomeres, they combine and form the capsid. And coming to the sixth phase called maturation. Maturation is a phase where the nuclear material which is produced in the early replication phase will enter into the capsid and finally give the required nucleocapsid. So this phase is called as maturation phase. And coming to the last phase called release, nucleocapsid which is produced in the maturation phase may either move out of the host cell by exocytosis, or it may fuse with the cell membrane of the host and it can leave the host cell, or else it can burst the cell and release out of the host cell. So there are three ways. One is the exocytosis, where the nucleocapsids, all the nucleocapsids will be enclosed in a vesicle and they will be ejected out of the cell. And next is nucleocapsid fuses with the plasma membrane or the cell membrane of the host and they come out with an envelope around themselves. And the other is lysis of the cell. So when an infected cell is full of the nucleocapsid, they burst the cell and come out of the cell. So this is how, in three ways, the virus can be released out of the cell, out of the host cell. So coming to the antiviral agents, therapy can be done with different antiviral agents. For those antiviral agents, there are different targets. So some antiviral agents, most of the antiviral agents, they inhibit one or the other phase of replication. So moving on to the classification of antiviral agents, we have different classes. One class of antiviral agents is the agents which prevent attachment and penetration of virus into the host cell. Under this category, we have different drugs called amantadine and rimantadine. Along with these two drugs, we have a natural protein called interferon. So these three are the drugs which are responsible for prevention of attachment of virus onto the host cell. They prevent attachment of virus onto the host cell, and they also interfere with the early replication of the virus. And coming to the other class of virus which prevent uncoating of virus called maraviroc. We call these as fusion inhibitors or coating inhibitors, maraviroc and enfuvirans. These two are the drugs which prevent uncoating and fusion of the virus with the host cell. And coming to the next class of antiviral agents, the viral agents which prevents replication. Here we have three types of viral agents: acyclic, conventional and non-nucleoside analogs. The function of these three category antiviral agents is they inhibit replication of viral nucleic acid within the host cell and they show static effect. And coming to the other class of drugs called, with this we have completed the antiviral agents, and moving on to the other class of antiviral agents, specifically we will be studying about the antiretroviral agents. Moving on to the antiretroviral agents, also we call them as anti-HIV drugs. Here we have different classes of drugs. One is reverse transcriptase inhibitors. We have protease inhibitors. We have integrase inhibitors. So as the name itself indicates, retrovirus, virus which have reverse transcriptase enzyme are called as retrovirus. The function of this reverse transcriptase is they convert the RNA to the DNA. Means they synthesize the DNA template based on the RNA nucleotides. We generally know what is transcription. Transcription is a process where mRNA will be synthesized from the DNA. So reverse of this process, this is transcription, while reverse transcription is nothing but conversion of a production of DNA strand from RNA strand is called reverse transcription. Originally transcription is conversion of a DNA to mRNA, while reversal of this process is seen in with some virus which have reverse transcriptase enzyme. We call those virus as a retrovirus. The drugs which inhibit this enzyme are called as reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Further, we have two different categories under this. Reverse transcriptase inhibitors are classified into nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors and non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. Nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. What is nucleoside? Nucleoside is nothing but a sugar with nitrogen base. So the structure of drug will have a nitrogen base along with the sugar. If you see such a drug, you call it as a nucleoside. The nucleoside analogues which inhibit reverse transcriptase enzyme come under this category, while the non-nucleoside, the drugs which doesn't have a nitrogen base and sugar and which are capable of inhibiting reverse transcriptase enzyme, have been included under non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors. All the drugs which you know for HIV called zidovudin, lamivudin, stavudin, zalcitabine, emtricitabine, all those come under nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitor. While coming to non-nucleoside reverse transcriptase inhibitors, you have drugs like nevirapine, delaverdin. Well, here you have zalcitabine, zidovudin, lamivudin, all those drugs. Coming to protease, protease is an enzyme which is capable of cleaving protein. Generally during late replication, virus produce a protein called polyprotein. This polyprotein is made of enzyme proteins, structural proteins. All those will be combined, all those will be synthesized in a single protein form called polyprotein, and this polyprotein on cleavage with the help of an enzyme called protease will give rise to new enzymes and structural proteins. Means this polyprotein is nothing but the precursor for the enzymes and the structural proteins. Those precursors will be cleaved to the respective proteins with the help of an enzyme called protease. So this protease is an enzyme of virus which is responsible for conversion of precursor proteins to their respective functional proteins. So this step will be inhibited by this class of inhibitors called saquinavir, ritonavir, indinavir, darunavir. We all know about these drugs, as you are well versed with the drug called ritonavir, which is now being used to treat coronavirus, treat coronaviral patients, COVID-19 patients. And coming to the last class of anti-HIV drugs called integrase inhibitors. Integration. I have told you in the replication process where one type of cycle called lysogenic cycle produces provirus. Provirus is nothing but a recombinant virus, as I have already told you, where you see combination of viral DNA with the host DNA. So this integration of viral DNA into the host DNA occur with the help of, for combining with the help of an enzyme called integrase. So viral DNA will be integrated into the host DNA to produce provirus. So this occur in presence of an enzyme called integrase. So this step will be inhibited by our inhibitors called integrase inhibitors, and the drug under this category is raltegravir. So these were the drugs under the antiretroviral agents. Hope you all like this video. So thank you.